In January 2018, David Morana began experiencing symptoms such as fever and jaw soreness. As his condition worsened, he sought medical attention at a hospital's emergency department. There, healthcare professionals collected blood and urine samples for testing, but the results did not indicate any issues, leading to a diagnosis of flu and subsequent discharge. However, David's health continued to decline, marked by persistent high fever and bouts of vomiting. Upon noticing brown marks on his face, he returned to the hospital. This time, he was diagnosed with meningitis, which quickly led to multiple organ failure. To prevent further complications and save his life, doctors made a difficult decision to amputate 4 of his limbs. In April 2023, Texas high school teacher Sherry Moody underwent a quadruple amputation after her limbs turned black and became mummified. Initially, she experienced symptoms similar to a common cold during a class trip, which she did not take seriously. However, her condition rapidly deteriorated, leading to a high fever and difficulty breathing, prompting her to seek medical attention. At the hospital, doctors diagnosed her with double pneumonia, a severe lung infection commonly caused by streptococcus, the same bacteria responsible for strep throat. Sherry's body responded to the infection with septic shock, a critical condition that significantly reduces blood pressure and threatens life. To save her life, doctors placed her in a coma and administered medication to restore blood flow to her vital organs, inadvertently affecting circulation to her extremities. Following her recovery from the life-threatening situation, medical professionals concluded that amputating Sherry's limbs below the elbows and knees was necessary. In March 2020, Christine Fox, aged 42, began to feel unwell with a sore throat. As her condition worsened, a nurse friend took her vital signs and found her blood pressure and oxygen levels to be dangerously low. She was immediately taken to the hospital. Fox was placed on a ventilator and doctors expressed grave concerns about her survival. She had developed bacterial pneumonia, which was causing her organs to fail. Her kidneys were shutting down and one of her lungs had collapsed. At one point, a priest was brought in as the hospital staff did not expect her to survive the night, but somehow she did. 2 days later, it was discovered that Fox was septic, but she was put into a medically induced coma and given vasopressor drugs to try and save her vital organs. On March 26, her husband and parents were informed that her legs would need to be amputated the following day. After the amputation of her legs, her arms deteriorated further and also required amputation. Following these life-saving surgeries, Fox gradually began to recover. She was discharged from the hospital on May 17. At just 19 years old, Caitlin Dobro narrowly escaped death after losing all 4 limbs and over half of her skin to bacterial meningitis. When she contracted the illness, her body turned purple and swelled, developing blisters akin to third-degree burns that caused nearly 60% of her skin to fall off. Her fingers and toes turned black and circulation to her arms and legs was cut off, necessitating the amputation of all 4 limbs. Doctors used her unaffected skin to cover the damaged areas and she spent 6 months in a burn ICU, where she was intubated by tracheostomy, had a feeding tube and suffered a collapsed lung. Despite the excruciating ordeal, Caitlin survived. But after 3 years and more than 20 operations, the quadruple amputee has relearned how to do everything from walking to applying makeup with prosthetics and is fast becoming an online star. The beauty blogger from Southern California, now 21, has nearly 70,000 followers on Instagram, where she shares videos and pictures from her day-to-day life, including her inspiring makeup tutorials.